What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and I think this is an awesome comparison right here. Today we're going to be talking about two completely stock OEM budget handguns that I think are definitely worth a look. Today we're going to be talking about the Taurus GX4 being 11+1 with that flush mag, and then the Stoeger STR9 Micro Compact 11+1 with the flush mag. But before we get started, hit the like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe. What's actually interesting is, out of all these handguns, or these two handguns right here, the GX4 had problems right from the store. I literally got home, started dry firing, and it had the delayed striker. So what happened? So I would rack the slide, and I'd go to dry fire, and I'd pull the trigger, and nothing would happen. You'd be like, what the heck? Then 15 seconds later, you would feel that striker release. And you're like, what in the world is going on? I did it again, and again, and again. Then I did my research. People with Taurus GX4s were having the same exact issue. They were having delayed strikers. Now imagine someone with not a lot of gun training, maybe they're in a situation, they're fearing for their life, they have a crazy neighbor, and they go out and buy a handgun, right? And they load it up and they're practicing at the range, they don't know gun fundamentals, gun safety, whatever the case may be, and they pull that trigger. And they're like, that's weird, nothing happened. Boom! Right? That's a serious, serious issue. Not only for self-defense because you didn't have a round go off, but for anywhere. That is a serious issue. But since I got my Taurus GX4 back, not a single problem, and I have two of them. And I have thousands of rounds between the two of them. With my Stoeger STR9 Micro Compact, by the time you're seeing this video, I have 750 rounds. I've been testing this thing heavily since I got it, so I'm sure I'm probably getting close to that 1,000 round mark. Out of those 750 rounds, we've had one malfunction, one failure to feed, and honestly, it was really close to feeding. It didn't. All it took was a smack of the bottom of that mag, and that round went right in. But still, one malfunction. With cheaper ammo, but still, you can consider a break-in period, whatever you want, but so far, so good other than that. This handgun right here, I bought for $240, being the Taurus GX4. It comes with a flush 11-round mag, and then an extended 13-round mag for a 14+1 setup. The Stoeger STR9 Micro Compact comes with an 11+1 flush mag, and then a 13+1, just like the GX4. In terms of length, the Stoeger is shorter. The GX4 and the Stoeger are about the same width. Length of the slide, length of the barrel is right there. The Stoeger is interesting because it has a 3.25-inch barrel, so you get a little more velocity. Nothing too crazy, but you do get a little bit longer barrel, a little bit more mass in that slide, that whole sort of thing. The GX4 looks a tad bit wider. Maybe they're the exact same. Anyways, the GX4, one of the most ergonomic micro 9s out there when you use that really large backstrap. Feels really, really good in the hand. Awesome texturing right out of the box. Awesome capacity. Comes with nice memory pads. One thing I can't stand about this handgun is the finish. All my Tauruses look absolutely terrible, even though they don't have that much holster time. They do have range time, but not the most holster time, and they just look beat up. This one's not even that bad. It's my other Taurus GX4 that's terrible, and my G3Cs. But they have a bad finish. So I would spend the extra money to get a Cerakoted one or a stainless one, whatever they offer nowadays. One of the greatest things about this handgun is it takes Glock sights. You have every possible Glock sight picture you could ever want for a Glock on your Taurus, and that is huge. As far as aftermarket support goes, magazines are everywhere, holsters are everywhere, parts upgrades from Lakeline LLC are everywhere. There's a lot of aftermarket support for Tauruses nowadays, so that is definitely there. And that's one of the downsides of the Stoeger, which we'll get into. Overall handgun feels really good in the hand, and for the price, these things just run. Now obviously you saw that mag, it just launches. Handgun's cleared, slide stop. A lot of people like releasing with the slide stop. I always just release. That's all I do. I always slingshot it when at the range or mag reloads, that whole sort of thing. But what I was going to point out is this trigger. I absolutely love the Taurus GX4 trigger. Very crisp, very clean reset. A little long, but not bad at all. I will say it's a little heavier than what I'd like, but overall I have no complaints. Also, they use Mekgar mags, which was a huge upgrade for Taurus. The fact that they go with Mekgar, these are just flawless mags, one of the best in the business. So you got to give a shout out to Taurus for making that decision. Overall, the GX4 is a really smooth shooting handgun. Feels about similar to the Hellcat when it comes to felt recoil. Not very snappy, a very nice Micro 9 with a nice trigger. And for anybody who's got $300 this or below, this is an awesome setup. You can get this and a new pair of sights for $300, or this and a holster for a little over $300. That is an awesome way to go if you're new to handguns or just don't have the money at the moment. Taurus makes an awesome handgun for you. Next up is something that's really been growing on me. Even though it has that one malfunction, a lot of handguns have malfunctions. Almost all of them do at some point. Now this came a little bit earlier on. It happened a little over 450 rounds. Since then, like I said, we have about 750, almost 800. No issues since that one failure to feed. Now, could that be break-in period? Maybe. Do I like it? No, I don't. Would I still carry this? Honestly, yes, because it's ran all the hollow points that I use, and I stick to very specific hollow points, and this thing runs it, so I am happy with that. Anyways, the Stoeger STR9-MC, the number one thing you recognize right away is that finish. It has a really nice finish compared to that Taurus. It's actually a really nice finish, especially for the price. This is $350, not optics ready, doesn't have night sights, but you can get a version that does. And I do recommend that because it is hard to find aftermarket support for the Stoegers. They don't have any. They barely have any holsters. So you just got to sort of find leather holsters and hybrid holsters and stuff like that that work with it. Now, in terms of sights, just get it from the factory with the tritium, or just don't worry about having night sights because these sights shoot just fine once you get used to them. I did put up a video of me shooting them, and I was having some issues. It was after I just got done shooting 1,300 rounds in one video, so that could be it. But once I started getting some more mags down, I started getting those sights on target and realizing I think it was just me. But anyways, this handgun is a very, very nice, smooth shooter. As you can see, though, the sights can be adjusted, and a lot of times that is just the problem that I was having. And for the distance I was shooting at, you know, I may have had them in the wrong spot. But I would just leave them normal. Now, as you can see right here, you have memory pads that are really nice. The Taurus has really nice ones as well. But this also comes with a rail. You're going to have some light options for this handgun. But once again, will you be able to find a holster that accommodates that light? Probably not. You will probably have to go to a custom holster maker. Overall, the texturing is better than the GX4. It feels way better than the GX4. Has nice serrations, nice sights, not even going to lie. I really like the blacked out textured rear with that white. Really like those sights. Now, it racks a little harder than the Taurus GX4. It could be break-in. It could be because that has more rounds to it. Just a little bit harder, but still glides like butter. Trigger, very nice trigger. I really like the trigger on the Stoeger. It just feels natural. This little hook, keeping your finger right there, just feels so natural, so good in the hand. I really like it. Awesome mags. And a fun fact is they are owned by Benelli, and Beretta owns Benelli. So technically, Beretta has a huge role in producing these handguns. Another awesome feature that this has is it takes the full-size, compact, and subcompact mags, as long as you change the subcompact mag's base plate. But you can get all those mags from your full-size Stoegers and run them in this handgun flawlessly. Like I said, the only issue actually came from the 13-round mag that came with this. Since then, no issues. Stainless steel guide rod, ergonomics on point, and it does come with 2 mags right out of the box. I want to mention, mags are very hard to find. You have to jump on them right when they're in stock. You have to buy them used, buy them from random stores. You can find them, but they are hard. Just want to point that out there. Taurus has mags everywhere you go. If I can only have one, I'm taking the Stoeger, but honestly, they're not that different. I like them both a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.